Last time on Oz Hour.
Okay, last time on Oz Hour, Ozma is missing. She's gone. Nowhere to be found. They are like, what the hell's going on? Okay, whatever. There's, what's her name? Jamil. Oh, no. Oh, no. Jamila Jam. Jalea Jam. Oh, God. I'll never get it right. Anyway, she's there. And she's freaking out. Fuck, what happens after that? Oh, yeah, they were going to go somewhere with someone. Who the fuck was it was Dorothy. Dorothy went looking for her and she wasn't anywhere. And so she was like, okay, they go to check the magic picture, gone. Glinda, we time travel to, or not time travel, but we transport to Glinda, and the fucking book of records is gone. And also we get a very large description of that book, which was helpful. But that's gone as well. And she's like, that's fine. I'm just going to use my magic to figure out a charm to know what the fuck just happened. She goes to open up all her sorcery stuff. Gone. Everything's gone. They're like, what the fuck? And then she meets up. Doesn't she? She meets up with Dorothy. Oh my God. What the fuck happens? Oh yeah, they both realize that they have everything. Everything is missing. And they're just like, what the fuck? And then we transport to deep Winky country. A place that not even the Winkies have been. And it's on a mesa? A table? What is it? It's something that's high up, and there's people that live there. Oh my God, what are they called? Tipsies. Tinkies. Oh my God, I don't remember their names. What are they called? Yippies. Yuppies. Oh, stop. Well, those guys, they're there. Also, there's this frog that falls into a pond that's enchanted. He drinks it, turns into a frog man. Now he's their king. And that's it. Oh, and they go down. They go down because the cake is missing. No, not the cake. The cake's sheet pan made of diamonds is missing, and she's trying to look for it. And so they go down to the Winkies to try to find it, and I'm ending it there. I know more happens after that, but I can't even get into it.
Hi there, and welcome to episode 70 of Oz Hour, the only place where you can hear everything you never knew about the wonderful and strange land of Oz.
That's right. With the help of some alcohol, we will be discussing each of the 14 books in L. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz series.
Today we will be continuing with Book 11, The Lost Princess of Oz, covering chapters 4 through 6.
We're your hosts, Blake Stone.
And Wyatt Swain.
And joining us is our resident Oz initiate, Dakiki, the amazing Hannah Aguirre.
Hey.
Like Dakiki was my
You've had a
line.
long night.
Yes. Hannah, you did just recap what happened last time on Oz Hour, even though we did record both episodes today. And it took you 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Oh my God.
You missed things that don't really matter. The things that I picked to share are Dorothy searches all of Ozma's apartments to ask if she, Betsy, Bobbin, and Trot can borrow the red wagon so they can go to Munchkin Country. Because you seemed you seemed really hung up on that they wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck were they going? And I was like, I can't even think about it.
No one has seen Ozma all day, and the magic picture seems to be gone as well.
She said that.
She did.
Oh, sorry.
The people who live on the mesa are called the Yips.
The Yips.
You got really close.
Frogman
Yippies.
decides to join Cake the Cookie Cook on a search to find her diamond-crusted gold dish-pan, which you did end up getting before I finished typing that. And it ended with them jumping over a giant gulch. Okay, cold. They jumped over a giant gulch, and now they are in the Winky Country.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not bad, really.
Thank you. It was just I was going on too many tangents.
You got really creative doing that.
Before we started recording, we went ahead and whipped up some cocktails. I'm pretty excited to drink this. It looks like dessert in a cup.
It is dessert in a cup. This is a Galinda split, the recipe for which you can find on our Instagram at Ozma Podcast. It is a play on a banana split, and should taste maybe like banana, but if not, it's a sweet ice cream treat.
Slurp it or I will. And it does taste like banana.
Chapter 4, Among the Winkies.
So we start in the Winky country. Can you even believe? And we learn it's
better.
full of happy, content people. It's ruled by the Tin Emperor, Nick Chopper. The eastern part of the Winky country, it's well settled. It has nice farmhouses and roads because it's near the
It's
Emerald
by
City.
the Emerald City. Yeah, it's on the border of Emerald City territory. So of course it has a bunch of stuff going on. And then like the farther west you go, there's fewer people. When you get really far west on the other side of the river, there's like another big population center, but the middle to also most of the end is unknown to people.
Which is honestly giving Wicked the life and times of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh.
It is.
Like Winky country seems like it was described very accurately.
Yeah. But it's in this far west country where there's not very many people where Cake and Frog arrive at a farmhouse because they've made it off the mesa, as you said.
La mesa. I just realized I was like, oh, that does mean table.
It does. But they've made it off of there. They're walking and they find a farmhouse. So they stop by. Well, they're about to stop by.
They're walking up and they are spotted by Nellery, the Winky wife. She is very surprised to see them. She says that she's seen many queer people. She's not even talking to them. They're still walking up. She's just saying this. She's seen many queer people in the land of Oz.
Yeah.
They never want to admit they see queer people walking around every day.
What you want to be in Oz is the least queer person someone ever sees.
So every time someone appears, you're like, you're the queerest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And no one said that about me before.
So Nellery says she's seen very many queer people in the land of Oz, none so queer as this fancily dressed giant frog.
And so she calls her Will John.
What does she say to Will John?
She says, come look at this freak.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like,
Well,
there's something crazy out here. Come look, there's a freak.
So she's homophobic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because this frog is a dandy.
Will John comes to the door. He looks out as Frogman walks up and says, "Tell me, my good man, have you seen a diamond-studded gold pan?"
And
We don't ask it like that.
Exactly, because the farmer's like taken aback by how forward he is. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? Also, what's he implying? So he's a little bit sassy, and he's like, no, and I haven't seen a silver-plated lobster either. Like, what are you talking
He's like
about?
doing it in this like haughty voice, like obviously making fun of Frogman.
Yeah.
And Frogman stares Will John down and he says, "Don't be insolent."
And Cake
Oh my god.
is like, you have to be kind of Frogman. He's like way smarter than any of us. He's the wisest person in the world.
no.
Will John says who?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, well, Frogman told us.
Oh
Frogman literally,
Yikes.
he starts strutting around and twirling his little cane like that proves it.
Yeah.
Like he's like,
Oh.
see, look at me.
But Will John is like, so has the Scarecrow said that this is the wisest creature in the world? Like, does he admit it? And Cake is like, I don't know that man.
Yeah, she says, what's that means?
Yeah. She's like, Scarecrow, what is?
Will John tells Cake that the Scarecrow lives in the Emerald City and that he's supposed to have the finest brains in all of Oz because they were given to him by the wizard. And Frogman's like, okay, my brains grew in my head, so
Yeah, I grew
think
them
that's
myself.
a
We're
little
about to
bit
see a
more impressive.
1v1.
Yeah.
Then Frogman basically starts making yo mama jokes about his brains.
Oh my god.
He's like, Frogman is so wise. You're supposed to say, how wise is he?
How wise is he?
That sometimes his wisdom makes his head ache. Frogman is so wise
How wise is he?
that he has to forget things just to make room for all his knowledge.
Do another.
He only says those two.
Oh, okay.
Frogman is so fat
How I just, I don't want to fat shame anyone here,
Not even the frog. Not even the frog. So
Well-
only Rinkatink. Will John's like, God, must be awful being stuffed so full of wisdom. I feel lucky. I don't really know that much stuff.
But Cake is like, well, do you know where the dishpan is? Like, I need the dishpan. Like,
he's like-
enough of this.
He's like,
Like,
golly, I
That's
don't.
the only information I don't understand.
yeah, yeah.
But Will John, he's like, man, I don't even know that.
No.
But like, honestly, she's kind of like pressing about it, and basically, Will John is like, bitch, we all got problems. Like, I don't know where your dishpan is. I don't think about you like that.
yeah.
So
Because the Yip people have never seen anybody else, so Cake doesn't realize that there's a lot more going on out there than just her
Yeah.
little world. But Frogman is like, hey, let's move on.
yeah, this has been a very disappointing first interaction.
Yeah,
for him.
privately, he's like, that man should have been amazed at me, and he didn't even care. Like,
They called you a freak.
yeah, yeah, I know. Thank God he didn't hear.
He's lucky they didn't throw stones at him.
Yeah.
He's lucky that they didn't move houses like the
Honestly.
Romani family in Frankenstein.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, worse things could have happened.
Worse
to
things
you.
could have happened. So as they walk away down the path, Cake says that she would like to meet this Wizard of Oz. She's like, if he can give a scarecrow brains, he can find my dishpan.
And Frog says poof.
Yeah, he actually does.
I don't know why.
Poof.
He says poof, and he says that he's greater than any wizard could ever be, and that Cake should just rely on him,
Yeah,
and like
depend
he'll
on
find the
me.
Pam. And Cake is like, okay, well, like if you don't find it, my heart will be broken. Just for the record.
They walk in silence for a minute, and then Frogman asks the question
Finally,
that I think
someone.
we're all asking right about now.
Someone asked,
He says, why do you attach so much importance to a dishpan?
"What's so special?" But she has a good reason. Well, not maybe as good as it should be,
It's
but
nuts.
her reason. Okay, she's like, "This is my greatest treasure. It belonged to my mother and my grandmother and all of my grandmothers back to the beginning of time."
It might
It-
be the oldest thing in all of Yip country.
Yeah, she says it is the oldest thing of all of Yip country.
Then Kate kind of drops her voice as if she's telling a secret, and she says, and it has magic powers. So what all has gone missing so far? Ozma the Fairy Queen,
Oh my god.
the magic picture, the magic book, all of Glinda's magic instruments,
Yeah.
and this
and now
dishpan.
a magic dishpan.
yeah,
Where is the magic going? We are reading an Oz book that might not have any magic in it.
I hope so.
Oh my
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, let's see who lives now.
importantly, right? Oh my god, literally. But importantly, Frogman is like, magic? How? Like, how is it
what's
magic?
that means?
And she's like, well, it makes anyone who uses it a good cook. Her cookies, Cake's cookies, were always the best in town. Everybody loved them. But then now she tried to make cookies after it was stolen with a different Pam. She
Oh,
burnt
no.
the first ones. The second batch just turned out so bad that she buried them because she was so ashamed,
I get that.
which is insane.
I
I just
get
like
that.
seeing her. Like it's
I
like
know.
it's like
She's like in a
teen-
dress.
it's like Teen Titans type animation, and it's just like cutting to like these things quickly. Cut
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it is.
Cut the part where I talked about Teen Titans.
And even the ones that she has with them now, because remember she ate them in the cave last episode. She was like, even these ones are just okay. Like, this is my third batch, and like they turned out fine,
They're
but they're
nothing
not
special.
good. She's like, I used to make the best cookies in the world, and now I will never be able to do that again. And I'm like, oh, well, then you're a bad cook. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, you need the like I
like
get
that's.
it.
I'm sorry, you're called Cake the Cookie Cook.
Yeah.
If you can't have that job,
Maybe the last
without
name
your
is the cookie
dishpan.
cook.
Oh shit, that's a lot of pressure. Pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop.
Why do that?
Whoa, I knew I'd set her off. But yeah, so Frogman is like, well, if it's that important, guess we'd better find your dishpan.
Yeah. And that's the end of Chapter 4, Among the Winkies. And Blake, what would you call that?
Cakes and pandemonium.
Chapter 5, Ozma's friends are perplexed.
So we're back in the courtyard of the palace.
Okay.
Dorothy is talking with Betsy,
We're
Trot,
just
and
jumping
Scraps.
around back and forth.
Oh yeah. Dorothy's talking with Betsy, Trot, and Scraps, who's dancing around the rest of the group during this whole conversation. So picture that. And Dorothy's like talking about how it's so surprising that Ozma would vanish without a trace and take the magic picture with her. And Scraps is like, maybe someone's stolen Ozma.
Yeah, she's like,
that's
you're
what
an
I would
idiot.
think. I would not think that she just would steal unless I'm like, we don't know Ozma.
It's true. And I mean, like, who knows? Like, there could be a secret purpose, but like, when Scrap says, she could have taken the magic picture herself, so she couldn't be found. She might have run off to do something.
But that doesn't explain the Glinda.
It doesn't.
No.
And
Dorothy-
they don't know
they
about
don't
that
know
yet.
about that. And
Because
Dorothy's
this
like,
is, for them, this is the same first day.
but Dorothy's
Oh, I
like, this
see.
is nonsense. And she's like, everyone loves Ozma. Nobody in Oz would steal her or her shit. And
And-
Scraps is like, you don't know every person in the land of Oz.
I love that because I'm like, Scraps in general has always talked truth, but in this book especially, she's like giving us little revelations.
Yeah.
Because every other time they're like, everyone in the land of Oz does this, everyone in Oz does that, and I'm like, everyone,
Yeah.
like everyone does.
No
And-
no one can die except for those people who live on the tablelands
Right.
that you don't know even exist.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. So Scraps is like, oh, like, so you don't know everyone in the land of Oz, do you? And Dorothy's like, well, like, I mean, I guess you're right. Like, there are people who are hidden, and Dorothy's met a lot of those people. Dorothy has met people who have never been contacted by
Dorothy's
Oz before.
been in danger, girl.
Yeah, Dorothy got turned into a bunny by people who'd never heard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so she's like, yeah, and I guess like some of them, like Ozma probably doesn't even know.
Yeah, she's like, we destroyed all the wicked witches in Oz, but that doesn't mean there's no wickedness.
Yeah, there can be wicked people we just don't know about.
At this moment, the Wizard of Oz rides in on the back of the sawhorse, and he's like, girls, have you found Ozma? And Dorothy's like, no,
Because he's been away. He just went to
He was
Glinda
at
and came
Glinda's.
back.
Oh, that's okay.
Dorothy's like, no, we haven't found her yet. Did Glinda know anything? And the Wizard's like, no, because Glinda's book of fucking records and all of her magic instruments have been
Everything's
stolen.
Gone.
And as we know, the wizard has learned a bunch of magic from Glinda, but he's not as good at it. Like, he has the tools and stuff, but like, he's like, I'm here to get my magic stuff to take back to Glinda because
has
she can
nothing.
use it. Yeah.
If that's even there.
Well, so he goes to grab it, and he grabs his little black bag, which has all of his magic stuff in it, but it's empty.
I knew it.
Yeah. All of his magic implements, tools, herbs, chemicals, and devices are gone.
The women were too stunned to speak when he
Yeah.
came back and told them this. The Wizard is like, this is getting out of control. All of Ozma's magic, Glinda's magic, and my magic can't have just been stolen. Like, what is going on? And Betsy's like, maybe Ozma like took those things for some reason. Like, they're all with Ozma.
She
And the Wizard doesn't think so. Like,
just can't be.
it is starting to become alarmingly clear.
Also, she can't
that-
be in like 8 places at once.
Right.
I know, exactly,
How would
yeah.
she do all of that last night?
Yeah.
So it's becoming alarmingly clear that some enemy has kidnapped Ozma. They've taken away all of Ozma's magic so that her friends can't fight back.
Yeah. So at this point, the wizard is like, I have to go back to Glinda to tell her that my shit is stolen too. And it's even bigger than we thought. And also that we just have to wait then. So he hops on the sawhorse and they fucking burst off running. And the girls just sort of sit there in silence for a minute, just like absorbing what
It's like
just happened.
They're disturbed.
Like
It's
they just learned a
disturbing.
lot.
Because like Ozma is a incredibly powerful fairy.
Yeah.
Everyone sees her as their protector.
Everyone loves her in theory.
If Ozma could be overtaken, dragged away as someone's captive, and all of the magic in the Emerald City be stolen, like all in one night, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like-
Honestly, this part disturbed me because I imagined people in a live action version where Ozma's just in her room grabbing and tearing at her and dragging her down the
Dragging her by
hallways.
her hair,
Like,
and,
yeah.
hurting her.
Yeah, like exactly. And they're like pinching her nipples and they're like
Oh my
Wait,
sorry.
The
I
way we
know.
were getting so real.
I
then
know.
It, like,
That was just for us. But
that was scary.
But
But
Dorothy
We know
is
how real it is.
Yeah.
literally. Dorothy is like, okay, Ozma wouldn't leave willingly without telling us. She would not just steal from Glinda and the wizard because all she'd have to do is say, I need that, and they'd give it to her. So at this point, Dorothy is certain that something wicked this way comes. Like, right? She is like, this isn't like now. I've been inching
Nothing's
toward.
right.
I've been inching toward scared. Now I'm scared.
And Trot is like, well, do you think like someone in Oz would do this? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, Dorothy reminds us, no one can get in or out of Oz. So whoever did this has been in Oz. Like, they also know all the secrets. Like, it's not that someone came and took Ozma. They took her magic picture from the wall. They got Glinda's magic book. They took her implement. They did everything.
They knew
it's a coordinated
They knew
heist.
all of the first things that these people would go for.
Yeah.
They've been planning this for years.
It has to be someone of Oz.
Just
It has
then,
to be someone from Oz.
all of a sudden, 2 figures appear.
Oh no.
2 boys. One is dressed in Munchkin fashion, all in blue, pointy hat. It's Ojo the Lucky.
Oh.
Remember when he was Ojo the Unlucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. And with him is a little boy from Philadelphia named Button Bright. Which I said, Philadelphia?
Button Bright, cavalier as ever, is like, hello, Dorothy. They say Ozma's lost.
And they're like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, how would you know that?
Because it's been 4 hours, 5 hours.
They just came to terms
They
with
just
it.
figured out.
But they explain that everyone in town is talking about it because Jalea Jam went out and was looking for Ozma, which is a good thing to do.
The boys are coming back from like downtown Emerald City.
Yeah.
Like they're watching Adina Menzel and Kristen
One
Shannon
short
with
day
doing
in
the
Emerald
Ozamania
City.
show. Like they are downtown Emerald City and everyone is like, hey, did you hear that the princess is missing? So yeah, Dorothy and Trot and Betsy obviously didn't tell anyone. So they're like, how the hell? Jalea Jam. Because she's worried about her master, her boss.
Yeah.
Her supervisor.
Yeah. But Dorothy is like, well, that's too bad because like now everyone's going to be freaked out and we don't even know what's happening yet. Like the people are going to get panicked and like it would have been, and I agree.
Yeah, she's a good leader.
It would
She's
have
a
been
good
better
princess.
to give a more formal declaration of what was happening.
But Button Bright's like, it's really no big deal. I've been lost tons of times.
Yeah, he's like, he says pshaw to them.
yeah, pshaw
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
But Trot is like, yes, sweetie, Button Bright, you have been lost many times. It's different here.
Yeah.
Ozma's a ruler of a powerful kingdom.
And she doesn't get lost all the time.
Yeah,
And she isn't
also,
lost, she was stolen.
She's been kidnapped out of her bed at night.
Yeah.
So it's different.
But Ojo at this point is like, hey, like, do you know anyone wicked who would steal Ozma? Like,
Yeah.
what's your opinion? And she's like, I don't know.
Honestly, I picture her being like, no!
Yeah, I don't know anyone
Stop
evil or
asking
wicked.
me these things.
But then Scraps runs up, and she's been dancing this whole time.
Of course.
But she runs up and she's like, well, what we do know is that the wicked person is here in Oz because Ozma is stolen. Someone in Oz must have stolen her because no one else can get in. It's wicked to steal things. And so someone wicked is here in Oz. And I'm like, okay, girl, we get it.
Hey,
like,
do you want a
there's
Nobel
someone
Peace
wicked
Prize?
here.
Like, I think we figured that out.
Yeah,
Let's
like
go
something
already.
bad is happening. It's no surprise.
Button Bright is like, okay, actually, I just got here, but I think at this point we just need to find and punish the thief. I think I've gotten farther than you all have, and he has.
Yes.
Trot points out that there could be lots of thieves. She's like, so many things are missing. Like, there could be
it
lots
could be
of thieves.
groups.
We don't have soldiers. We don't have detectives. We don't have policemen. And Dorothy's like, oh, there's a soldier.
Yeah.
The
And
Major General. He's got big green whiskers,
Yeah.
but nobody's afraid of him because he's super sweet and wouldn't hurt a fly.
And he's been fishing for the last 2 months.
Turns out he's been fishing for the last 2 months. And I do love, though, because Betsy Bobbin's Oklahoma comes out for a minute, and she's like, if he wouldn't hurt a fly, maybe he'd hurt a wicked thief. But doesn't matter. Can't use him. Trot says that maybe since Ozma is a fairy, she'll be able to get away from the kidnappers without anyone's help.
But Dorothy's like, if she could get away, she would have stopped them.
Exactly.
If she had the power to
She
get
wouldn't have
away
been
now,
taken.
and someone would have heard her. So they talk over the issue all day. Like,
Yeah,
basically,
it takes
there's
all
nothing
day.
they can do. They're just talking back and
Ultimately,
forth.
what they're coming down to is that it is super confusing because how could any thieves be more powerful than Ozma of Oz?
Yeah.
Like what? And Glinda.
They
the
just can't
sorceress.
understand how
What
it
is happening. That evening, the wizard comes back on the sawhorse. They're not zipping at the speed of light anymore. They're going slowly because they're sad and they're
Yeah.
confused. And Glinda also comes to the Emerald Palace in her chariot that's pulled by 20 white swans.
So last time it was 16
Thank you.
white storks.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
do
she just
remember
has
that.
fine
she has a
with
bird
that.
farm all of a
But
sudden.
Why not start with 20 white swans?
On a
I
chariot.
love that. The illustration of that is beautiful also. It's
love
like
that.
swans in the foreground and then like kind of going back toward her on her chariot like in the clouds. It's
Yeah, Storks
really
is
cute.
weird.
It is weird.
Storks was random. I was like, was she swaddled?
I know.
He realized.
Yeah, he got the
He's
feedback.
like, that's what babies
Yeah,
do.
he got
Storks.
letters in the mail.
Yeah.
Okay, also you keep mentioning letters in the mail, which the intro to this book is a little note from L. Frank Baum saying that he gets so many letters from all of his readers, and he's like, hey, I love that, like, keep it up. I love, and they all have ideas for the story. And he's like,
Yeah.
I love how creative you all are. That's super cool. This book, actually, the story comes from one of your ideas. A little 11-year-old girl wrote me and said, wouldn't everyone be really upset if Ozma of Oz was kidnapped? And so we chose to skip that, but then you keep talking about letter writing, so I had to tell you about it.
That is very interesting, actually. I could just assume like people get fan letters all the time. So,
yeah.
and I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
And especially back then, it
And the
was so
shit
much
he's-
easier.
Letters was how you talked to people.
Yeah, and the things he's writing can be so ridiculous. People have to be saying things.
Yeah.
The parent, like he talks about the kids' letters that he gets, but you know he's getting letters from parents too.
Oh yeah.
They're like, how did the Woggle Bug do that?
Literally.
But more and more of Ozma's friends are joining at the Emerald Palace this evening.
Yeah.
Like, it's time for a conversation. What are we going to do?
Yeah, they have a little Congress of War kind of deal where they all get together, and Dorothy's the first one to say, like, she basically starts and she's like, hey, we have to go find Ozma. Like, she's out there, we need a search party.
Yeah.
Duh.
Glinda, yeah.
But
Why
yeah.
aren't we already doing that?
Should have
Yeah.
already
Glinda-
had people on that.
Because
Yeah.
they depend on their magic so much. They
True.
depend on their magic. They spent
Honestly,
an
they need
entire
a wake up call.
They spent
Yeah.
an entire day looking for pieces of magic rather than looking for Ozma. So Glinda completely agrees with Dorothy. She's like, yeah, we need search parties out there searching right now.
But
I can't help
yeah,
because I need to keep working on creating more magic to help defeat the enemy. Which, like, yes, sure.
Yeah.
If she's confident she can do that quickly and efficiently, fine. And there's enough of them to search for Ozma.
God.
So fine.
And these people have so much magic right now, whoever it is.
Yes.
So
And-
it's
and
like,
that's the
so
other
you gotta
thing-
fight magic with magic.
That's the other thing. Fight magic with magic. And that's Ozma. That's Glinda's thought, too, is like, I don't need you guys to go rescue Ozma right now. I need you to find her.
Yeah.
Like, tell me where she is and who has her so that I know what the fuck I'm dealing with.
Yeah,
So I
she's
can
like,
make the magic to
you
fight
find her, tell me where she is, and I will save her. And it's like, great. That's actually
them.
great.
It's a good plan.
The other thing I was thinking too is like, all their magic is gone. What if the gnomes right now said, hey, all the magic in Oz is missing.
Yeah.
Let's go and assault them.
The
Like,
person who
someone
did
else
the person who
could come
did this
True.
could have told the Phanphasms, hey,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way, Oz is completely
Yeah.
unprotected.
they could have be.
and
This is an act of
fucking-
terror.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is episode 1
They
of
could
Black
be
Mirror.
surrounded
This
right
is
now.
sabotage. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my
yeah. There's like
God.
tunnels underneath them.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god.
This goes back to the last episode when I said we're all gonna be so disappointed when
Stop.
Ozma's planning her birthday party with Calico.
Oh my
Like,
God.
but yeah,
No,
so
I feel like literally L. Frank Baum is ready to kill all the characters.
I know he's like,
I got
and then they all fell down the well of
I got a
actual death.
diagnosis today. Prognosis negative. I got to kill my books.
Everyone's dying.
Yeah, and they are. Well, might be one day. But they're all agreeing, yes, let's go
So
search for Ozma.
Dorothy's like, yeah, me, Betsy, and Trot, we'll go out the next morning. And since the wizard's magic was stolen, he's like not a wizard right now. He's a humbug again, I guess. He's like, yeah, I'll go with you girls to keep you safe. You're not detectives, so I'll help.
Yeah.
Like, at least I can do something.
Yeah.
And Trot's like, what harm could come to us in Oz? And he's like, what harm came to Ozma in Oz?
Yeah, he's like, Ozma just got
We're in a
kidnapped.
situation right now, if you haven't noticed.
But this is really just a vehicle to be the exposition to remind us, or the wizard reminds us, I should say, that the girls and Button Bright and the wizard are mortals. So they can be harmed and killed just like we can, but unlike Ozma or other fairies who are immortal. So he's like,
Ozma, Glinda, Ojo, they're safe.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But there are mortals in the room.
yeah. And Ozma says, hey, like, let's just divide up and conquer. Galinda says, let's split, aka
Oh.
the Galinda split
Glinda
cocktail.
split.
I like that you're saying Galinda. Like
Well, I
that's part
know.
of the story.
It's not. It's Glinda, but it sounds like Galinda is more like banana.
I see.
Gonna spell it.
Banana
Yeah.
split.
Banana split.
Okay, slow. Do us in reverse.
Don't. But she
Um,
says, everyone just split up. Let's make search parties, and then we can search Oz more quickly.
Yeah.
That's the best
So
way to do
her
it.
plan, we're sending Ojo, Unk Nunky, and Dr. Pip, the crooked magician. They're going to Munchkin Country because they're from Munchkin
so
Country,
they know it.
they know the area.
Okay.
Scarecrow and Tid Windbin are going to go to the Quadling Country since they never get tired. And she's like, they need to
It's a
go
hard
up there.
country.
It's a hard country to walk around in.
Since the Gillikin country is very dangerous, Glinda decides to send the Shaggy Man, his brother Ugly, TikTok, and Jack Pumpkinhead.
And then Dorothy, she says, you can take your own party and go into the land of the Winkies and like just have fun over there.
Wait, who's in the Winkies?
It's Dorothy and whoever she chooses.
Whoever Dorothy wants to
whoever
take.
Which
she
we'll get
chooses.
that
Okay.
soon.
She tells everyone, search high and low, find Ozma, find where she's hidden. The book
Yeah.
like had hidden in bold. And I was
It
like,
did. And I was
okay,
like, I've never seen that
alright.
before.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I was like, is that a clue?
Yeah. But that is the end of chapter 5. Ozma's friends are perplexed. And Blake, what would you call that?
The great and powerless Oz.
Wow. Chapter 6. The Search Party.
So the next morning, Glinda flies back to her castle as soon as the sun is up.
Yeah. She's priority is go home because she's like, I need to go start working on my magic. But
Someone's like, hey, Glinda. And she's like, move, bitch.
yeah, she's like, yeah, all of her swans go.
On the way there, she stops to tell the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman about the search plan because they have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, they've been at HM
no.
Wogglebug's college this whole time.
Taking education pills. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure why they need that. They don't even have blood.
Okay, they're lifelong learners.
They don't have blood. The pills don't work. I would assume.
Oh,
the
you're
pills
right.
don't work
That's
on
the
them.
medicine. That's how the chemistry
They
works.
can't digest a
Is-
pill. As soon as they learn that Ozma's missing, they set off for Quadling Country right away. They're on Quadling duty. They say, we're going.
Yeah,
As soon
that
as
happens very quick.
Yes. As soon as Glinda left the Emerald City, TikTok, Shaggy Man, Ugly, Pumpkinhead, they are off for Gillikin
Is that
Country.
his name?
No, that's what they told us. Well, he was. I
He's
call him
only
Ugly.
referred to as Shaggy Man's brother.
Didn't they call him Ugly in that one book?
They did call him ugly.
I think they might have called him ugly.
But I didn't realize it.
It doesn't say it in
They
this
don't.
book.
They don't call him Ugly in this book. I just know him. Like we're on a first
That's
name
why-
basis.
Him?
The Shaggy Man's brother.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Actually,
I like ugly better.
she had originally said Shaggy Man and his brother are part of the search group. He's left him out of this.
Yeah,
sentence.
he's not referenced here,
He must
but
be
there's
with them though.
but similarly, Ojo and Unk Nunky and Dr. Pipt go to Munchkin Land, but I don't think there's a mention of Dr. Pipt. I could be wrong though.
It's in my notes, but I could have just done that selectively.
Either way, yeah.
After everyone has gone to the 3 quadrants of Munchkin Land.
Okay.
It just
Of
leaves
Munchkin Land.
of Oz.
Of Oz.
It just leaves the Winky Country for Dorothy's party.
Yeah.
So when everyone else leaves, Dorothy's party starts to prepare. So it's Dorothy and the wizard. The wizard fastens the red wagon to the sawhorse. So now the sawhorse is part of their group. The plan is for Dorothy, Trot, Betsy, and the Patchwork Girl to ride in the wagon.
And then the wizard will walk, I guess.
Yeah,
So it's the girls,
Big
Even
and the
though,
wizard.
maybe he'd ride on the back of the sawhorse. I'm like, that sawhorse is
maybe.
fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, he already rode the
Strong,
sawhorse all the
apparently.
way to or all the way to Glinda's palace and
like his
back.
groin is already bruised. May
Yeah,
as
so
well
why
hop on.
not mash it? But at this point, they're planning to have the girls ride in the wagon, but Scraps comes up and she's riding on the back of the Woozy, and she's like, "Hey guys, Woozy wants to join us too." Woozy obviously being the fire-breathing square one.
It has like the Woozy's eyes like flame up for a second.
Yeah.
And the wizard's like, cool, come on.
Yeah.
Also, Scraps and the Woozy are like BFFs, so it's
Yeah.
not
Can't
even
go
worth the
anywhere
fight.
without each other.
And then the Cowardly Lion appears, and he's
Oh my
like, "Hey, I want to go too."
It's getting too big.
And I know.
I thought the
Well,
same thing. I was like,
just
stop.
wait, because we're reminded of how big the Cowardly Lion is and how great he is. But with all these animals joining, Betsy is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see if Hank, my mule, wants to join
Just
us."
add.
So she goes,
the
and then
number.
she's like, "Hey, I'll just ride on Hank," and that actually works well.
Because now the wizard, Dorothy, Trot, and Button Bright
Apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah.
he's lost
They-
from where he was originally meant to
yeah,
be.
he just
Yeah,
popped
yeah,
up.
yeah.
They get to ride in the wagon. The wagon seats forward. So Button Bright, the wizard, Dorothy, and Betsy and Trot are in the
Oh my
wagon.
God.
The sawhorse is driving the wagon. Hank is carrying Betsy. The Cowardly Lion stands alone. Scraps is on the Woozy.
And then Captain Bill walks out.
No.
But he says, "Hey, you guys should put some extra food in the wagon in case you're away for a long time."
Food and blankets.
yeah.
I'm like, girl, did they think that they were
I
going
know.
on a picnic?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because they would have taken food and blankets for an
Yeah.
afternoon out.
Yeah, exactly. But Captain Bill wanted to go with Trot. He's obviously known her for her whole life. But when Glinda left the palace, she said, "Hey, Captain Bill, I want to give you the responsibility of taking charge of the palace once everyone's gone."
I mean, he's a ship.
And I'm like-
he's a ship captain. Who's gonna do the best at that?
Oh God, I don't want to say it, but he has one leg.
Oh, she's like, and you're in charge of.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubt it's a
everything."
merit situation where he
No.
deserves and is
You're right.
totally capable.
He
but
doesn't travel well.
But also, when he came out, I was like, okay, it was fine before when it was like riding the fucking
the orc.
the orc, but now they're gonna be climbing mountains, and he hated that.
Mm.
I felt more bad for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he comes
I
out.
felt
And he's
bad
like,
for him.
"Hey guys, where we going?" And they're like, "Oh, hey, Cappy."
Yeah, sorry.
But anyway, yeah, Captain Bill, he's in charge of the palace. Everything's fine. So the gang loads everything that they might need in the back of the wagon. They set off in like parade fashion.
yeah, they're doing a
toward the
full
gates of the
formal
city.
procession.
I mean,
Crowds are there.
Yeah.
They're screaming. They're like, "Yes, find Ozma!" Like cheering them on. It's honestly like really sweet, but also I'm like, okay, parade.
Yeah,
like it's kind of
seriously.
fun.
And it's been a while since
The
we've
people
had
are
an
coming
Emerald.
together.
Like, we used to end every book with an Emerald City parade.
True.
And it's been a while since we've had that. And now, like, for the first time ever, something terrifying is happening in the Emerald City. It kind of made me a little emotional. Like, oh, they're not having a parade into town. They're having
yeah.
a parade out of town.
But someone notable is missing, don't you think?
At this point,
There's been so many names that have been said, I can't even.
If one name should be associated with Dorothy's geological position,
Tin Woodsman.
look, at this point, a little shaggy dog has been napping
Oh,
in Dorothy's
Toto!
room. This little shaggy dog wakes up and finds the palace to be eerily quiet.
Yeah.
It's like, where is everyone?
Oh my
and he's
God.
feeling really lonesome.
No one told him?
Yeah,
He's-
the usual
yeah.
chatter
He
of the three
speaks.
girls, because those three girls are always in Dorothy's room, just chatting and making plans and having a good time
Yeah.
being teenage girls. And he's like, where are the girls? And even though Toto can talk, he doesn't usually do it. He doesn't really pay attention to anything that's going on.
So we are confirmed that he can talk in this book. So we're
Good.
not changing that. Thank
Right.
God.
History has stayed the same.
Because I was going to be so pissed if we saw Toto again and he couldn't talk. If he doesn't, it's fine. But if he can't, not okay.
Yeah, not okay.
But he is super, like, he's like, I'm kind of lonely. I don't understand where anyone is. No one, like, he can talk, but he doesn't listen to everybody all the time. So he doesn't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
And the door's ajar. So he's like, all right, let me go see where everyone is.
And he finds Julia Jam. And the first thing when he finds her, he says, Where's Dorothy?
Oh, is that your Toto voice?
No,
My
I
Toto
don't know
voice,
if
I'm
it
like
is.
Orlando Bloom does it. It's like, where's Dorothy?
Wait,
Whoa.
did he say that?
He
Toto
did.
looks at Jalea Jam and says,
Yeah.
where's Dorothy?
Girl, she
Jo-
says Winky Country.
That ain't right.
And he says, oh, how long ago did she leave?
Oh, so he's asking questions now.
He
too.
does full sentence.
And Jalea's not acting perplexed by it at all.
Yeah.
So they must have conversations all the time.
They must chat deep into the night.
Jalea's
Yeah.
like, oh, she left a while ago. Toto turns, trots out into the palace garden, trots down the driveway, out into the streets of the Emerald City.
And he hears a crowd.
pauses, points his little toe, and listens. And he hears a crowd cheering. He's like, that must be where Mommy is. He
Yeah.
follows the sound of the cheers and sees the red wagon and the Woozy and Hank and the lion heading toward the gates of the Emerald
Yeah.
City.
They're like on their way out. So he's caught up to them though. And
He doesn't show himself.
He doesn't want to show himself because he's like,
Is he embarrassed?
Mommy's going to tell him to go home. if
he's
she
like,
sees him.
he's afraid that Dorothy will say, "Hey, stay here." And he's like, "I want to be around people. Like the palace is completely empty. Like I'd rather go hang out." So he's like, "I'm gonna stealthily follow them." And obviously, they're not looking back over their shoulders. Like they're just literally on their way out, waving at people.
Yeah, Ozma's out there. We're
Yeah,
going
yes.
forward.
And so he
So-
just follows quietly.
They pull up to the gates, and the guardian of the gates comes out to open the doors for them. And Dorothy's like, did anyone strange come in or out of the gates the night before last? Because that's when Ozma went missing. So with this group, we're a day and a half
Yeah.
later.
Mm.
The guardian tells her nobody did, and the wizard's like, of course they didn't. In order for someone to have stolen Ozma and everything from Glinda's palace, they would have had to like fly around. They're not messing with gatekeepers.
The way that he was like, they would have to be able to fly, and it must be magic because
Be
they went from
invisible.
here. Yeah, they went from here to Glinda. It's crazy.
It's giving ha ha.
Seriously,
Supersonic.
Mach 1. But so they're like, cool. They go through the gates, and then Toto sneaks out just right behind him. So he hops through the gate too, and they're riding after that for a while. They're basically in the suburbs of the Emerald City. Like there's
Yeah.
lots of houses. It turns into like farms and farmland. And after a few hours, they're like, okay, like the beautiful roads of the Emerald City are kind of petering out, and now we're getting into the Winky Country.
They cross the Winky River right near where the Scarecrow's corn palace is.
Yeah.
It's empty right
If
now.
you remember that
'cause
from
he's
book 4 or
yeah,
whatever.
ages ago.
Yeah.
But he's out hunting for Ozma. And they reach the Rolling Prairie, capitalized RP, Rolling Prairie. So it must be a town. I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's not heavily populated. Along the way, they keep asking everyone that they pass if they've seen Ozma, but no one knows anything. No one even knows that Ozma of Oz is
Yeah.
missing.
They haven't gotten the news yet. So obviously everyone's like, no, we haven't heard any of this. Oh my fucking
The
God.
panic is beginning.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
spreading panic in their
Yeah.
wake.
Yes.
Like everywhere they go burns.
Yeah.
But so by nightfall, they're past all the farms, and they ask this lonely shepherd if they can spend the night with him in his hut.
And he's super cool. He's old. He's just some single old bachelor. And he's like, yeah, come on in. Like, you guys can be here. And he's really nice. He's like, hey, the 3 girls can sleep inside of my house. Like, I'll go camp outside with everybody else. So not Ozma, oh my God. Dorothy, Trot, and Betsy sleep on the floor with their blankets that Captain Bill gave them inside the house. The wizard and Button Bright go camp outside. The shepherd camps outside. Scraps and the Sawhorse and the Woozy, who apparently the Woozy can go a month at a time without sleeping. Don't know if we knew that before.
We did not know that.
No.
So they spend all night talking.
Woozy magic is magic belt magic. It doesn't make
Yeah, Woozy doesn't make sense. So they just stay all night talking, like the 3 of them. But then obviously, like Hank and the Cowardly Lion are animals, so they go to sleep
Yeah.
outside as well.
In the dark, the Cowardly Lion feels a shaggy little body like curling up beside him, and he turns over his shoulder and he's like, "Where'd you come from, Toto?"
So Toto has followed them all the way
He's
out
like,
into the Winky Country.
"I've run away." No, I'm sorry. He says that he came from home, and he's like, "Can you roll over so you don't smash me, please?" The lion asks Toto if Dorothy knows he's there, and Toto is like, "I don't think so. Do you think we're far enough away from the Emerald City that I can show myself to her without
Oh
her
my
sending me
God,
home?"
He really doesn't want to be seen.
The Cowardly Lion is like, "I literally have no idea, and I also do not care."
Yeah, he's like, and don't
Oh.
ask me. Like, this is not my problem. He's like, this is not my
He's like,
affair.
I have other things
like,
going on
do
right
what you
now.
think.
He goes back to sleep.
Yeah. And they both fall asleep. At that point, Toto's like, no sense worrying about it right now. Like, I'm also gonna go to
He
sleep.
cuddles up to the lion's big
Yeah,
warm
they
body
just kinda
and
go,
just falls
"Oh,
asleep.
it's
Which
cute.
picture Toto just like asleep on a lion.
I do
love
really
it.
love that.
It's cute. So then in the morning,
Especially
the wizard,
like also first book family.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
true. They knew each other for a long time. Even though Toto kept it a secret, he could talk for goddamn.
Maybe he just never
20 years!
tried.
Oh my god!
He's a
Something
liar.
interesting is the first book came out in the year 1900.
And we're in 1917.
It's been 17 years of books.
Wow.
And
Jesus.
Dorothy's lived in Oz for a long time.
17 years.
So in the morning, the wizard builds a fire, and the girls get to work making breakfast. And it's a good breakfast, we learn.
Dorothy like just kind of like looks up from like whatever she's doing. She's flipping the ham, and she looks over, and Toto's just sitting there by the fire.
He's just curled
and
up
she's
by
like,
the
"What?
fire.
Toto!" And she's like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "What are you doing?"
She's like,
here?
"Where did you come from?" And he's like, "Oh, where did I come from? The place you cruelly left me."
Yeah. Because apparently now he gives sass to Dorothy.
Yeah, he talks and he's sassy. All the animals are fucking sassy, honestly. But Dorothy is like, "No, honestly, I deserved that. I completely forgot about you."
Yeah,
Like,
but she's like, if I had remembered you, I would have actually given you to Jalea Jam to take care of while I'm gone, because this isn't a pleasure cruise. We're not out here having
yeah,
fun.
this is a business trip.
Yeah, like it's all business.
But
So
she
why
like
can't he come?
she basically gives him the choice. She's like, "Well, you may as well stay with us because we're so far from home. Unless you want to walk back home." Toto's like, "Never mind that, mumsy wumsy. I'm hungry."
And she's like, don't worry, like, you're gonna get breakfast, it's almost ready. And she's like, not even secretly, but like, she's like, don't worry, it's coming. And in her heart, she's like, "Ugh, I'm kind of glad Toto's here, because like that's the first thing she ever traveled
your
with.
comfort
Like,
That's
animal.
my
he's
doll.
loyal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's
like she's
God, I fucking love that.
she's
guy."
glad. Yeah.
They invite the shepherd to join them for breakfast, and while they eat, he's like, "You're about to pass through a very dangerous country if you don't alter your course, either to the north or south. I mean, you got to avoid it or it's going to be really dangerous." Cowardly Lion does not like the sound of that. He's
No.
like, "Well, let's turn." But Dorothy
Yeah.
is like, "What's wrong with the country ahead?"
Well, ahead is the Merry-Go-Round Mountains,
Oh.
which I will say also capitalized, just like Rolling Plains. What was it?
Rolling Prairie.
Rolling Prairie. And he's like, oh, at the Merry-Go-Round Mountains, like they are really high and set close together, and they're surrounded by a deep gulf, so they can't really be passed. Which I'm like, what is it with L. Frank Baum and these big gulfs? Because
Yeah,
there's
did-
bottomless pits and deep gulfs in every damn book.
Buddy's from
I'm like,
upstate New York.
where
It's not
did
like
he
there's
see
just
that?
gulfs all around.
He saw the
um,
Grand Canyon on his way to California and was just
He's like,
amazed.
"That's
Forget it.
everywhere."
yeah.
He's never gonna forget it.
But rumor has it that beyond the Merry-Go-Round Mountains is where the Thistle Eaters and the Haircoos live.
I'm never gonna remember those.
Don't I don't
worry.
think you'll
We
need
don't know
to.
him yet.
Good.
Dorothy's like, "What are they like?" And the shepherd's like, "Well, nobody knows since no one's ever passed the Merry-Go-Round Mountains. But rumor has it the Thistle Eaters hitch dragons to their chariots, and the Hercules are served by giants that they conquered and made their slaves.
Mm.
So, just the strongest things ever."
And Betsy's like, how do you know that if no one's ever been there?
Yeah, who says that?
And the shepherd's like, well, it's just what everyone says. Like, it's a commonly held belief that that's what they're like. And like, I think Trot says like, well, maybe a bird flew over and reported what it was
Yeah.
like there. And the shepherd's like, hey, whatever, but beyond those perils, like, there's a bunch of good people in the far west side or far east side of the Winky Country. Like, it's great out there. Like, it's really just the unknown lands that have the dangers.
Yeah,
Like,
your journey to the river is going to be dangerous. Once you make it across the river, you're going to be where all the cool people are. And so,
and the wizard's like, well, maybe. Like, you don't know
Yeah.
anything about the lands in between.
yeah, we'll
You
find out
literally don't
when we
know.
get there. The shepherd's like, "Okay, but in a fairy country like this, the undiscovered places are likely to be full of wicked creatures.
Mm.
He's like, if they weren't wicked creatures, they'd discover themselves and they'd submit themselves to Ozma's rule." And the wizard's like, "That's great. That's perfect. That's why we should be going to those places."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the places
We're
where.
gonna
if-
go where the wickedness is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
If
good people
somewhere
didn't
in
kidnap
Oz-
the princess.
No.
Yeah. And Button Bright at this point chimes in and is like, like, danger, like, those places might be dangerous, but like, danger can't hurt you. Danger isn't something that exists it is something that has not happened yet.
Yeah.
And so we should just go ahead and take the chance because
I kind
danger's not real.
I kind of love that. He's like, danger never hurt anyone. Like,
yeah.
the only things that hurt people are things that happen. Danger is a thing that might or might not happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And
okay, yeah.
To the
Literally
extent that like
anxiety.
that's like right.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
This is danger that doesn't exist because no one knows if it's real. Like the danger of like, dying in a plane crash. That exists. That's a danger. But actually that's an example of I guess a danger that probably won't happen. So you're fine. So ride your planes. Everybody ride planes.
Everyone ride planes
I
more
am
often,
guys,
all the time.
I'm terrified of flying, and I've been real silent ever since Wyatt said that thing about the flying.
Well, they do all agree, and they thank the shepherd for helping them, and then they head on out because they're like, "Yeah, we're going to the dangerous, unknown places. That's what's next for us."
Okay.
And that's the end of. Sorry,
I'm like, please tell me that's the end.
that is the end of chapter 6, the search party. And Blake, what would you call that?
I would call that Toto Unleashed.
Honestly.
Wow. Thank you for listening to Oz Hour. Please join us next time as we continue with Book 7, The Merry-Go-Round Mountains. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and follow us on our Instagram and TikTok at Oz Hour Podcast for the latest on everything Oz. Oz Hour, created and hosted by Blake Stone and Wyatt Swangham. Co-hosted by Hannah Aguirre. Audio production by Charlie Johnson. Theme music written and performed by Rudy Clovis. Cover art by Valentin Lucas.